I have no boundaries, zero boundaries.
If somebody want to walk out of your life, let them go.
You are loved at home, my sister. Don't you have families? Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and if this is your first time seeing this pretty face, do not make it your last by subscribing and joining the family. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Hey babes, I'm so glad to have you here. Today's video, I just have to give you guys a trigger warning. It's going to, we're going to ruffle some feathers here and there, but whichever day you are seeing this video, whatever time you are seeing this video, give yourself some grace. Give yourself some kindness, give yourself some love, show yourself some compassion even more. Alright, let's get started. For this particular topic, I feel like I have graduated in University of Life to be able to talk on this said topic. I feel like I have earned it. First, let's look at the definition of detachment. So detachment simply means staying aloof or having no interest in something or not being emotionally invested in something. If you have the ability to attach yourself to something, then best believe you definitely have the power to detach from it as well. Your pride is stopping you from seeing the actual bigger picture. But before we go into that much later, let's look at the benefits of letting go. The benefits of letting go, what you get clarity on certain areas where you are lacking. You get clarity to heal your inner child. You get to make yourself a priority. You get to fuel and foster the things that you've always wanted to do, things that you've always, it has just been talk, but you've never gotten time to do it. When you are in an equilibrium state, in a zen mode where the universe is forcing you to just stop. That is the benefit of letting go. Stop operating from a lack mindset. The fact that you are not able to see the bigger picture, you are not able to tap into that abundance mindset is dragging you back into the past where you are not fully letting go, you are not fully healing. It's because you are operating from the lack mindset. The moment I was able to grab the concept of abundance mindset, everything was much more easier for me. You have to consciously and constantly remind yourself that if this goes, then there is much more better thing for you out there. There is much more better thing. There's a reason why the universe or whatever you believe in, there's a reason why God is telling you to let go of this situation. There's a reason why God is telling you to let go of a particular person or friendship or things that are just bringing you nothing but harm, things that are just bringing you nothing but drain, things that are just bringing you nothing but hurt. The moment you realize that what is meant for you will never pass you by, and whatever the universe takes out of your plate, it is for the betterment of your growth. It is because the universe is trying to steer you into a better direction that aligns with your purpose, that aligns with what God has ordained for you. The concept of abundance mindset is, I don't have enough, but I am at peace. I know that we never lack. I know that God will always provide for me, or the universe will always provide for me. He's the creator of the universe. So far, He feeds the bird in the sky, He provides for them. I have a favorite verse that reminds me of that. I'm going to put it on the screen. If He feeds the birds and the sparrows, how much more will He remember me and provide for me? You will never lack anything when you know that you move in abundance, you are worthy, you are that God's creation that He never forsakes. He can never forsake you. You are His favorite child. That is how you operate from an abundance mindset. But the lack mindset keeps dragging you into the past where you feel like, oh, if I let this go now, there's never going to be something better for me out there. You need to sink into the concept of accepting that you can never lack if you walk in alignment with your own destiny, with your own purpose. There's a reason why your soul is clashing with this particular partner or friendship. There's a reason why your soul is clashing with that type of relationship that you guys established. Your ego is depriving you of a greater future, and you won't know that there's a greater future ahead of you, there's a greater and better things ahead of you, if you are not willing to let go quiet down your ego and work on your inner child. Sometimes our brain can be so tricky. It tricks us into believing something that is not real. We create some fantasies in our head. We create some scenarios that like, I can never get better. I can never be someone that is going to love me the way this particular person has loved me. Now, this also stares into friendship dynamics. How am I going to like survive on my own? I won't have any friends to talk to. I won't have anybody to gist with. I won't have the latest gist happening in town. I also slip into FOMO, fear of missing out. You are not missing anything, darling. You are not missing out on anything. If that relationship is not serving you, if you feel like you get drained each and every time you meet up with that your said particular girlfriend, anytime you meet up, you are always going back into your space feeling drained, they never compliment you, they bring you down, it's time to let it go. Acknowledge that you going back to the particular relationship, going back, breaking up, going back, breaking up, it is part of your healing journey. I've been in a position where my female friends, said vile things and demeaning things to me, and I still went ahead to still foster that relationship. She apologized, and that was my delulu, where I was like, oh, she apologized, that is fine, it's no problem. And this said situation keeps happening over and over again. It wasn't a one-time thing, that has always happened over the years, and I keep forgiving them. I keep going back to that relationship till one day it repeated itself again, and I'm just like, you know what, it's time to move on, it's time to let go. I know he hurts. I personally feel like female friendship hurts more than actual boyfriend and girlfriend breaking up. He hurts, but I just have to be in my own zone, quiet down my ego, and knowing that I don't mind if I don't have any friends again. So far I get to work on myself. Something better is out there for me. At this point, I didn't even know that was me letting go of something that wasn't serving me any longer. I just felt really hurt, and I was just like, there's no need for this person to be in my life. This is not a healthy friendship. This is not what I would do to someone. And for that reason alone, it was as if I found the light. That helped me in working with my inner child and knowing that I want to be the friend that I am looking for in people as well. If there are not so many type of friends that I am looking for, then I will be that type of friend for people, and with time I am going to find my tribe. This also goes for romantic relationship. There will be a point you keep on going back. You know that this person isn't deserving of you. You know that a lot has happened in the relationship, a lot of waters has gone under the bridge, that you guys are not going to end up together, but for some reason you choose not to want to believe that it is actually over, and then you keep on damaging yourself emotionally. You keep on investing into something that is already dead, and with time you get angered, you get frustrated, you get sad, you get depressed. These are like 4 stages of grief, if I'm right. These are like stages of grief, and then finally you get to acceptance, where you are like, you're accepting the fact that this is over, and then you just have to let go. In this period of letting go, these are the things that you should always keep at the back of your mind, that everyone that comes into your life, into your path, into the journey of your growth has a purpose. This is something that has helped me figure out life without having to overly beat myself up when things don't go my way. I get to understand this earlier in life, that there's a reason why I am in someone's journey. There's a reason why God made me be part of that journey. And once that chapter is over, we close it up and we move on to the next phase of our life, so that the things that God, the universe has in stock for us, can come to us even faster. Now I understand that there are some relationship dynamics, whether female friendship or romantic relationship, that some you get over faster, you get through it faster, and you understand that, oh, there's a reason why this person came into my life at this particular time, and things went smoothly. I learned some things from them. I also taught them some things that they never thought was possible, and now I don't think this relationship is serving us any longer. We are both outgrown each other, whether female friendship or romantic relationship. We have both outgrown each other, and it's time to part ways. I understand that not in every case is this going to be as easy as it is with letting go with other people. I will always use myself as a case study. I have been in a situation where my ex at that time, I kept on going back. I think one part of my mind knows fully well that this person's chapter in my life, in my journey, is over. The book has been written, and then that chapter is closed and done. I have learned my lessons from here. I have grown as well from this person. This person has also grown as well from me. We have learned from each other, and I think it is time to let go. But for some reason, I was holding on. I was holding on to onto something that I know fully well was already done. But I just want to, you know, that there are sometimes you just tell God that, God, please, can you actually make it work? I know that you're telling me that I should let go, but I love this person. I don't want to let go. And then God is telling you that you are very, very stubborn. I am telling you that there is much more better things for you out there. And then I find myself as, I deserve that. I deserve that love. I deserve something like that. I wanted this. And then one voice spoke to me saying that, as opposed to what? You think you deserve that. But as opposed to what? Compared to what? In comparison to what? What if my own comparison of thinking of I deserve that is 10%? What if that relationship was giving me 10% and I thought I deserve the 10%, and God is telling me that He has 100% for me? I should just let go. If I don't let go of what I have in my hand currently, there's no way I'm making room for what is to come. So I feel like I am only saying 10% of love from that person, and then I feel like, oh, I'm saying the word, right? I feel like that was what was happening to me at that time. I kept on going back and forth. I was still meeting with disappointment. Like, it got to a stage of that relationship, there was no longer anything positive. It was always negative seeping into negativity. You know, we are always bleeding into each other. And at that moment, I knew that this chapter is already done. I understand when some people's chapter is done in my life, because I can also identify when my chapter is done in other people's life as well. I mean, not to say that I have so many friendships. I can say that's like a trauma response. That is not the video for today. Set boundaries for yourself. Early stages of my life, as I was growing, navigating what friendship dynamic was, what adulthood was, I have no boundaries. Zero boundaries. And people will walk all over me. And I find it quite hard to actually communicate how I was feeling to my friends. Things that I wasn't okay with, do it and do it over again. And that kind of like seeped into my romantic relationship when the time came as well. I didn't identify the reason why I should have boundaries in my life. I didn't identify the reason why boundaries are really something that helps me flourish in my feminine energy. Now, when you set boundaries for yourself, you are basically telling yourself that, baby girl, you've been through hell, and these are the things that we are going to put in place for it not to happen again. Now, setting boundaries is different from building a wall around yourself. Having walls around you is like, oh, you don't even, you are having your guards up. You don't want anybody to like see through you and see that you are vulnerable. Vulnerability doesn't mean that you are weak. That is the difference between having boundaries and actually having your guards up. Setting boundaries actually means that you are healing, you are on a journey, and then you are giving yourself kudos on the back that, baby girl, I see the work that you are putting into this shadow work, the shadow work that you are doing on your inner child, and then I'm applauding you for it. And so that we don't get burnt again, these are the certain boundaries that we're going to put in place for us to flourish, as an adult, and for us to be a responsible adult, and for us not to also bleed into the next set of people that the universe has in stock for us not to hurt them. Because when you are not fully healed and then you are taking that hurt into the next set of relationship that you are about to encounter, we are just creating circles. We're creating like a cycle of emotionally damaged people. Learn new skills. Find passion in something that drives the creativity out of you. You don't even necessarily have to want to make it into something that fetch you money financially. It could just be something you just want to have the skill, the knowledge for. I take some courses out of fun, just for the fun of it. Find a hobby that takes your time away from you thinking about the old incident that have happened. I would also give another scenario. I was actively in love with my girlfriend, you know, without understanding the importance of having my own hobby, my own life, without understanding that. I would say that their hobbies, what they like, is also what I like. I never really understood the essence of standing alone. I never really understood that maybe I don't even really like what they enjoy doing. It's just because we cohabitate, we are in the same house, we live in the same, hostel, the same room, and then our hobbies kind of like just merge into each other. We do the same things, and when we detach from each other, it was hard for me to actually understand what I love. I found out that I don't have an hobby, I don't have what I enjoy doing. It feels like I literally didn't have a life. I asked myself, like, baby girl, before you met these people, what exactly do you enjoy doing? And I didn't have answer to that. Everything got lost in transition of over the years of me getting to just merge myself with these people. So this is the essence of when you detach yourself, you get to learn yourself even more. You get to like prioritize yourself, learn new skills, learn new hobbies. Like that, you are even understanding what you enjoy doing. You understand what sparks your creativity. Keep a journal of progress. Now, this is very, very essential because there are going to be good days and there will be bad days. There are going to be days where you are really so happy with yourself that you are making progress, that you didn't fall back into that loophole of unhealthy friendship, unhealthy cycle of emotional blackmail, turmoil, where the good days you write it down, you tell yourself that you are proud, you were able to do this, or you did this particular activity without having to think about your friend that you thought that you couldn't do without. Now your friend that told you that, oh, you cannot amount to anything without them, or you are just a low life without them. Maybe they are the it girls, and then you just feel like you are not the it girl. I told you that this is going to be quite emotional, and then we're going to ruffle some feathers here and there. I was laughing because there's been times in my life where my friend at that time told me that I am ungrateful because she practically made me. That I am ungrateful because she practically clothes me, she feeds me, and oh, child, Lord Jesus. And me, on the other hand, I'm this type of person where I just keep mute. Oh, my friend gifted me this clothes. Let me not say anything in order not to make this gift look like I don't appreciate it. They are not necessarily the type of clothes that I will wear. They're not necessarily the type of my style, even though I don't know what my style was at that time. Just down the line, I was insulted with something like that. That is just a few in the friendship side, but I still haven't learned my lesson because it still happened in my romantic life. What I'm trying to say is like keep a journal for days where it is good, and then you went the whole day without having to think about this romantic partner or this your friend that made you feel a certain way. Journal your progress, journal the days where it isn't so good, and then give yourself grace. Give yourself grace, show yourself some compassion. You need to understand that if you did not make those mistakes, you are not going to be where you are currently. Whether you are actually just realizing that you need to let go, it was your younger self, it was that yourself, the experience that you had then, the years of experience that you had then that got you to the present stage where you are at now, like realize and be like, I deserve better. Pat yourself in the back for having not knowing and understanding as at then. You were only working with the experience and the knowledge that you have at hand as of then. And we learn every day. That's just to say that your younger self projected you to where you are now because she had to go through that. She had to learn all of that for you to now become the person that you are today. To now understand that you deserve better. To understand that you need to stand your ground in the midst of your girlfriends. You need to set your boundaries and say that, baby girl, I love you so much, but that's your view on life is kind of flawed, is not perfect, and I don't roll that way. I love you. We can exist without having to hate each other. We can agree on certain things. We can disagree on certain things. It doesn't have to be bad blood between us. That is just setting boundaries, and that is you giving yourself a kudos at the back that your younger self wouldn't even be able to stand up for herself that much, and you're giving you're clapping for her that you did good. Everything that you've went through, everything that you've learned in the past brought us to where we are now. So you need to show yourself some grace, show your younger self and your inner child some compassion, because she also is just a work in progress, and that got you to the adult stage that you are right now. Also, in the romantic side of things, cut yourself some slack, show yourself some grace that you haven't done this before. You might be on a roller coaster of having traction of bad exes, and then you feel like you just want guy that you are holding on to, that you don't want to let go, treats you better. But the universe is trying to let you know that you can't see the bigger picture because you are still holding on to that. You deserve better. This isn't even the better that you deserve, that you thought you deserve. There is 100% for you out there, and then you want to settle with what? Less? But you thought that was okay because you've had traumas in the past, you've had experiences in the past that wasn't up to par. So you just feel like, at least I'm happy, yeah. I know, like, maybe it gives me slaps 1 or 2 times in a month, but you know, my exes didn't even buy me hair when they slapped me, or my exes didn't even care much about me if I've eaten or not. But this one still asks me if I've eaten. This one still asks after my family. I know it's not all of 100% of the man that I want, but is like 30%. Why do you want to settle with 30% of the ideal man that you want when you know that you can get 100%? But you cannot get that 100% if you're still holding on to the 30% in your life. I strongly advise that you keep a record of negative things when it comes to this particular individual in your life, whether it's romantic or, you know, just platonic friendship here and there. Then I strongly advise that you keep a track record of the negative things that you feel. So when you write it down, it makes me feel a certain way. They called me stupid, they called me liar, they called me this, they called me that. You keep a negative track list of everything that they said, and then when the happy hormone starts, you know, getting into your head, and we're not using our brain right now, we're using like our hearts to think, and go back to that track record and see the amount of times that they've called you ugly, the amount of times that they've called you vile things, the amount of times that they've said vile things to you, and then that kind of juggle you back into reality. Your brain just triggers you and you remember a happy moment, just a tiny little bit happy moment, and then you forget the whole 100 or 1,000 things or vile things that they've said to you, and then you run back into that same loop, you run back into that cycle, and then you get hurt again. You are just blocking the energy. You are not making room. Make room for the new thing that the universe has in stock for you. Now, while on this journey, you need to also understand that trusting the process is very vital. There are days where it is going to look gloomy. There are days where it's just going to be like, oh, I have no friends, nobody loves me. You are loved at home, sister. You are loved at home. Don't you have families? I want to celebrate my birthday. There's nobody that is going to be around to celebrate with me. Already used to, you know, throwing dinners, having gathering of friends where you people don't like each other, you people don't tell each other the truth, and then you still pack yourself like sardine and still make sure that you provide for them on your birthday. You see that is doing birthday, you are the one that is paying for location, you are the one that is paying for the food, you are the one that is paying for the drinks, and then when your birthday is done, you see that you barely got gift. So you're not thinking that, oh, I don't have anybody around me, I want to celebrate this, I want to celebrate that. It's a good time. It's a good time. Think about every disappointment as a redirection to steer you back into what is meant for you. It is a good time for you to actually experience celebrating your birthday alone and believe that you are coming out of that storm to the light that you are seeing at the end of the tunnel, be a better, refined person. There's something that is very evident with God. Once you go through a trial period, a refinement period, or a refinement phase in your life that took you to stretch and also just like trust the process and just let go completely with allowing God to take the lead, there's something that always comes out of that process where you realize and look back and be like, I couldn't have done that without you, God. That just literally translates to you need time. So give yourself ample amount of time for you to come out of the situation that you are in stronger, better, and refined, more aware of who you are and knowing the things that you now like, knowing the type of hobbies that you will get into, understanding that Rome wasn't built in a day and you didn't get to where you are currently by just, you know, rushing the process. You gathered feelings day by day, you got attached day by day, you know, one date after the other, one intimate moment after the other. Realizing this and allowing yourself to go through the process, you need all the compassion that you can get. So while going through all of this process, these are practical tips that I would say have worked for me and are still working. Help you foster your journey even faster would be, you know, self-development videos. I'm not saying that these are solutions, but they are tips. They are tips that can help you even get to your goals faster, not making you feel like, what are you even doing? Then you now sink back into that same old cycle. Watch videos, listen to podcasts, relationship coach, therapist, and the likes of that really helps you to get into yourself and understanding what your inner child needs and the shadow work that you need to get done. All right, my loves, we'll come to the end of this video, and if you made it to this point of this video, big thumbs up to you. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I feel like if this blesses one or two people, if it resonates with one or two people, then my work here is done. Till I come to your screen again in another video, I hope you stay fabulous and you stay blessed. Bye guys.